Hello everybody, here again to introduce you to another family member. Obviously, our family is very important to us, that we all get to work together and be part of this industry. You know, you got to meet my mother, you got to meet my cousin, you got to meet my sister, and today you get to meet my son, Keller Batson. Keller Batson, obviously, Batson, been in this industry a long time. He worked for the company for a long time. And now he's out on his own a little bit. We'll get into that a little bit later. But this is my son, Keller Batson. Tell us a little bit about one of your first fishing experiences or something.
Well, first of all, nice to see everybody, talk to everybody. Well, when we moved up here, I was 8 years old. And one of the first places my dad took me fishing was the Elwha. And that's a big river, about half an hour away. Takes me to the bank, and me and my mom are sitting there picnicking, and he hikes off downriver with a rod and a bait box. And I start hunting around under rocks, and I find a worm.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
And he left me with the trout rod. So I took the trout rod and I put the worm on there, and first cast I got a nice rainbow, like
I remember that.
20 inches, and that same day he cast every bit of bait till the very last bait and got a salmon on the very last cast of the day.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And we just moved here too.
Like
so
a year, or less than a year.
Yeah, less than a year.
Yeah.
But I remember that trip. Well, that's a good trip
awesome.
to remember. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
First fish on the river.
First fish on the river. Nice little trout. What's cool is that you dug underneath the rock and you found the worm. And
right.
I was out casting bait and trying to get us a salmon. And yeah, that was a cool trip. I remember that trip. Right on. So obviously we do a lot of fishing, and we
As much as I can.
Yeah.
As much as we can.
Yeah, we crab a lot. And what is your favorite fishery up here? What do you think it is?
I really like the rockfish.
Yeah.
A lot of action, a lot of casting, no sitting and waiting for anything.
Yeah.
You hunt the fish down and get them to the boat.
Yeah, that's fun. We have a really good fishery up here for that. I mean, our lingcods and our rock bass and our cabezon and all the stuff that we do.
There's a lot of them, and they're big.
Yeah, and there's a lot, and there's a big too. And we have a nice perfect boat for that. You know, that we get to do, so that's fun.
Love the bay runner.
Yeah,
We've had 3 of them.
Yeah, we've had 3 bay runners.
Try not to flip this one, huh?
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
we got close to flipping one of them one time. Yeah, that's a whole other story. So what Keller does is he worked for the company for a long time. You know, he worked in design for a while with Mike Thorson, and then he worked in the warehouse for a while, and now he's out on his own, which is a good idea for him. And he runs an assembly facility. So tell us a little bit about that, son.
Well, it's
when you started.
About 2.5 years now. I started I wanted to make my own hours and be able to fish more and be able to have a little more control over my life. And after, like he said, I worked in the warehouse and got a good feel for all the product, memorized just about everything in there at the time. And I felt like it put me in a position to use the skills that I developed since I was a young boy, having him start me teaching rods at 11. So I'm 29 now. It's almost 20 years. I just figured, you know, put 2 and 2 together, make 4.
Yep.
Start making some money, having some fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do a nice job. I know that you've had a lot of influence, you know, obviously from me, but,
yes,
you know, from Carrie also. Carrie's been a big influence
on you.
Yeah, you
two definitely made me a perfectionist. Absolutely. There's no little air slipping through. There's no bloops in the finish code or nothing like that.
No. But that's what you get when you want a custom rod. I mean, yeah. So that's been a good move for you.
Yes, it's been very good.
You do a really good job, and a lot of people are very happy with the quality of work you've been putting out.
Thank you. I really appreciate hearing that.
Yeah, so it's good to hear. So everybody, just wanted you to meet my son and know he's part of our industry and our family, and look forward to the next time we can meet. Right on. Fish on.
Yeah, I love you, Dad.
Thank you, son.
Yeah.